Hey everyone, so I'm sure most of you have heard of a company called Loot Crate who, for a monthly subscription fee, offer a box of random goodies, little presents to yourself to be delivered to your door every month. It's something I've not really been overly interested in because I don't really like most of the stuff I've seen in the unboxing videos, so it's definitely not worth the money to me. But when someone recently told me that there were a couple of services offering the same kind of system for retro video games, naturally I was very interested. The first of these is My Retro Game Box, who for £22.80 a month offer the same service where a few random video games will be delivered to your door every month based on the consoles that you have available to you. It's a great idea. You get to bulk up your collection as well as playing some games you might not ever have heard of before. Great idea. I had a look at what a few people were getting in their boxes as I hadn't signed up in time for the first box, and to be honest I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, I get that this is random stuff turning up and you know that's part of it, but for me it should at least add up to the value of the £22.80 box, because obviously the company that's sending this to you will be getting it cheaper anyway, so they would still make a profit there. And to me, when I compared the prices of what people were getting against, say, eBay or shops, they really weren't getting a great deal. And so unfortunately I decided not to be involved in a subscription with that particular company. However, someone then pointed out to me that another company, RetroGamerZone.com, had changed their system. They now had a special offer on where their £20 1 month crate with no subscription was reduced to just £10. With that in mind, it seemed like a no-brainer. I'd take the risk for a tenner, and I was really pleased with what I got. I thought there was about £25 worth of stuff in my box, including some games I'd never heard of, one or two that maybe I wouldn't have actually bought, but luck of the draw wise I'd say I came out fairly well. So with that in mind I decided while their sale was still on I would sign up for their 1 year subscription, and I would show you what I get in my box every month so that you can make the decision about whether or not you want to sign up. And if you decide that you do want to sign up, then you can save 10% on your box because I've negotiated a deal with the Retro Gamer Zone guys, and you will get 10% off if you use the code ReplayRetro10% when buying. You'll actually get 10% off anything on their site, including consoles and crates. And while they've got a sale on, it's a great time to get the crates. I've written down some of the prices here so I can run through them with you. So for example, the 1 month crate would normally be £19.99. It's currently on sale for £10 and will cost you just £9 with that code. The 3 month crate is normally £44.99, currently down to £28.99, and would therefore cost you just £26.09 when you use my code. And the 1 year crate is a fantastic deal, and that's why I went for this one. Normally £199.99, so 200 quid, currently down to £74.99, and with my code you'll get that for £67.49. Now that's 12 crates, one every month, for less than £68. That is a great deal. You know, you're not really paying much per crate at all there. You're paying, what, £6 a crate? That's fantastic, and you will definitely get £6 of value from each of these crates, as you'll see in just a moment. If you're not in the UK, don't worry. UK customers, the postage is free, but if you're outside of the UK, I believe there is a £5 shipping charge, but I'm sure if you go on the website that is all explained. And if you use the 1 year crate code, then you're still getting a great deal even with that extra £5 added on. So now I've explained to you what's going on, let's take a look at my first crate and see what you think. So let's hope that what's inside here is as good as what was inside the first box, which is what tempted me to take out this 1 year subscription. As you can see, there is no crush damage at all to the box, so my Hermes did a really good job of transporting it. It's in perfect shape. It's arrived without any crushing or damage whatsoever. Obvious sarcasm. Points and thumbs up if you got that. So let's bust open the tape. My Hermes have done most of the job for us. Let's see what we've got. Get rid of the invoice, as that will have my address and it will also give away what's in here. And let's see what we have. Okay, first up is a Game Gear game. What do we have here? Looks like Popils or Pupils. Popils. Popils on the Game Gear. That's by Tengen, so a division of Atari. Not one I've ever heard of, so I'll be interested to see if that's any good. That to one side. Xbox, and that's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Do I have Chaos Theory? He says, looking at the shelf, which is unfortunately hidden behind Mario. I do have Pandora Tomorrow, and that was brilliant. I don't know if I ever got this, because this, I think, is the sequel. I'll be very interested to, if I haven't already played this, I'll be very interested to play it. Brilliant game. What else do we have? Oh, this sounds like it took the brunt of my Hermes abuse. This is Michelin Rally Masters Race of Champions on the PlayStation 1. Looks like a pretty average racing game. Not one, again, that I've heard of. Instruction manual is there, and the disc survived my Hermes abuse, even if the disc holder didn't, but that's fine, I can replace that. Be interested to try that one. I am a fan of rally games. However, they all have to live up to the benchmark of Sega Rally Championship, so I'll have to see if this can do that. Anything else? Oh, hello. Donkey Kong Country 3 on the Game Boy Advance. That's got to be worthwhile. It's a fantastic game. Big fan of the Donkey Kong Country games, and I haven't got this, I don't think. It will now turn out that I do, as I did actually pick up a few Game Boy Advance games not long ago. But I'm pretty confident I haven't, and I'm really looking forward to playing this. Brilliant stuff. What else? One more. Ooh. Now that's very cool. SimCity 2000. A game which I do have on some formats. However, this is the Super Famicom version. Boxed, complete, instructions and cartridge. You do obviously, as I've already mentioned, you do tell them what systems you own. So, you know you're going to get stuff for systems that you do own. And I am currently in the process of getting a Super Famicom, which is why I put that on my list. So that's brilliant. Is that everything? I'll put that back separately. Is that everything? Yep, that's everything. That is a brilliant bundle, I think. I imagine that these two are probably relatively low value, although I will have already added the prices to this video, so that is somewhat pointless. But Donkey Kong Country 3 and SimCity 2000 on the Super Famicom, they've got to be pretty much worthwhile by themselves. Especially considering the great deal of the 1 year crate. And Chaos Theory, well, if it's anywhere near as good as Pandora Tomorrow, then that is going to consume a lot of time. Excellent. Another box that I'm very happy with. Very glad I took out the 1 year subscription. And if you guys feel like doing the same, don't forget to use my code ReplayRet 10% to get yourself 10% off any subscription. So that's the 1 month, the 3 month or the year. At the time of this video going out, they are all already on amazing offers until May the 4th. So I wholeheartedly recommend that if you're going to get a crate, you get one sooner rather than later while they're lovely and cheap. Here you can see an average value of each item in my crate based on the sold listings on eBay for those items. And you can see that my crate had a total value of £25.50. Which, when you consider how much I actually paid for the crate, is a great deal. Obviously, if you were to take out the best option, which is at the minute to take the 1 year crate at $74.99, minus my 10% discount code, ReplayRet 10%, that would mean each individual crate costs you £5.62, meaning that on this crate you would have saved £19.88. But even if you take the more expensive option, which would be to wait for the sale to end, then not use my 10% code, and only get a 1 month crate at £20, then you would still be saving £5.50. So all in all, it's a win-win situation, whichever option you take. But of course, you really want to take the cheaper option, the $74.99 1 year minus 10%, to get those £5.62 crates, because that really is a bargain and no one's going to beat that. Obviously, you may not like all the items. There's a good chance I won't like Popils or Michelin Rally Masters. But, you know, that is the luck of the draw. And I could easily sell those items on and get some of my money back for the crate. Don't forget, if you want to get yourself one, make sure you get there before the sale ends on May the 4th. And make sure you use my 10% discount code to give yourself the best deal. Let me know on Twitter or in the comments below or on Facebook if you decide to get one of these crates. And of course, tweet me your pictures to let me know what were in your crates. Of course, I'll be back very soon with a new review, and I'll be back with another crate unboxing just as soon as I receive my next crate. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.